Heyo everybody, Haku here with this week's read-through video for Boku no Hero Academia. And this week, of course, we're covering chapters 54, 55, 56, and 57. And in addition to that, before I get into reading them, I wanted to, and we're right at what seems like it's going to be the conclusion and finale of this whole ordeal with Stain we have going on. But beside the point, before I get into this, I wanted to say this here since I think those of you watching this video would probably be the ones to ask about this, but I know that the trailers just came out for Attack on Titan Season 2 and Boku no Hero Academia Season 2. Do you want me to watch those trailers? Do you want me to do a live reaction / discussion to those trailers? I'll watch it on camera and then just talk about it and give my thoughts on what I saw, because I think we've read far enough ahead that if the second season was as long as the first one, that I do believe that we've already read everything that would be covered in the second season. And same thing, I think I've probably read everything that would be covered in the second season of Attack on Titan as well. I'm not caught up with Attack on Titan, but I did read quite a bit of the manga a few years ago, so I probably am caught up enough, if it's as long as the first season was. So, either way, if you guys want to see that, just comment down there and let me know, and I'll do a live reaction discussion video for each of them. And then let's just go ahead and get into this read-through. So we're at chapter 54, Re-Ingenium, it says, and we're on the translator note page. Let's find the actual first page of the chapter here. So I'm pretty excited to see what we do with Stain. I don't exactly think that his time as an antagonist is quite going to come to an end here. I mean, it could, of course, but I don't really think so. Sorry, trying to get more adjusted so that I fit better into the frame. So, okay, here we go. Do you know of Turbo Hero Ingenium? The words echo in his mind. And then he remembers when he tells Izuku about him being his big brother. He's a beloved pro hero who prizes the rules and guides the people, and I aspire to be a hero like him one day. Set your eyes, says Todoroki, on the man you want to be. Ingenium, that is the name of the hero who will take you down. A hero. Me, some hero I am, thinks Ida, needing protection by my friends, letting them spill blood for me. All this time he was supposed to be aiming to get closer to the brother he admires, and yet. First, save him. In order to make him pay for his crimes, I used my brother's name. Nothing's changed since the entrance exam. If it hadn't been for the exam, then of course I too would have done the same. All I ever see is what's right in front of me. All I ever see is myself. Tenya, you want to be a hero too? Yes, brother. You're cool. What are you, a robot? Says his brother. Could you please teach me, for future reference, what thoughts drive you to continue in your hero activities, brother? And it's little Ida. I want to be cool. How impure. Come on, dude, I'm half joking. Half? Well, obviously, yeah. Mom and Dad and Grandpa all heroed, so society probably thinks it's a matter of course that I'd be a hero too. Take the helmet. Yeah, pretty simple, but if I see a kid who's lost, then I take them by the hand to the Lost Children's Center. And I think that kind of guy's the coolest there is. So then why did you not work for the Lost Children's Center? Hey, listen to people when they tell you stuff, you robot. Man, I don't know if it's 'cause you never play or what, but your smarts and reflexes are way better than mine were back then. Hey, wait a sec. That's right, that'd mean... If you admire me, Tenya, then I might just be an amazing hero after all. It's just as you said, hero killer. I'm different from then. I'm an amateur. I can't even hold a candle to them, but nonetheless. And then we see Stain dodging the fire from Todoroki. Fire within the ice. He was able to dodge that too, damn it. Has no one ever told you, you focus too much on your quirk, your behavior becomes crude. Damn monster, says Todoroki as the blade's coming towards him. If I don't stand up, here, now. The effects weren't off, huh? Then once again, those guys will outpace me. Brother will outpace me. Recipro, and then we see Ida starting to charge, and I'll end up unable to catch them. Burst. And he looks like he kicks the blade in half and knocks it up before it can hit Todoroki. Then he comes down with the kick like before. And knocks off a part of Stain's scarf. He's fast. Ida! So the effect faded. Bastard's quirk ended up being no big deal, surprisingly. For wrapping you two up in something you have nothing to do with, I truly apologize. Again with that, says Izuku. Right? And that's why I cannot allow you two to spill any more blood. Trying to make me think you had a change of heart is futile, says Stain. A man's true character doesn't change so easily. You are nothing more than a fake who prioritizes his own selfish desires. You are the cancer of society warping the word hero, and someone needs to correct that. That's just fundamentalism, and anachronistic to boot, says Todoroki. Don't pay heed to him, Ida. No, says Ida. It's just as he said. I'm not qualified to bear the name of a hero. Nevertheless, I can't afford to fold here. If I were to fold, then Ingenium would die. That's out of the question, says Stain. Oh, and then we see another burst of flame. You idiots, the hero killer is only after me in white armor over there. Don't fire back, just run. Do you see him giving us any openings to do so, sir? Says Todoroki. He's clearly shifted moods from before. The bastard's feeling the heat, too. Considering he can't use it unless he draws close enough, and that blood type isn't something you can determine beforehand, and add to that the shortness of the effect, then you're simply judging by quirk. He's not actually all that powerful at all. Plus, fighting against groups by himself must be the worst possible pattern for him. Yet he's become eager to try and kill that guy Anita before the pros get here. In contrast to his quick-to-flee profile, he's making a serious goddamn effort. Interesting. A crazed tenacity. No, my recipro's fried, says Ida looking down. Did my radiator break from that kick earlier? So I don't get it. He has a radiator in his leg and everything? That's so weird. Todoroki, are you able to adjust your temperature? I'm not used to my left side yet. Why? Cool down my leg, but do it so that my exhaust pipes don't get plugged. Out of the way, says Stain, throwing a knife. And then Ida sticks his arm out to block it from hitting Todoroki. You stop too. Don't worry, just do it quick, he says. And then Izuku gets back up. Round 2. I'll jump from here and use the ice as a platform and edge in a second hit. Can I make it? No. Right now. And then we see Todoroki cooling down the engines on Ida's legs. Thank you. Todoroki, I'll fight. I'll give up this arm. Recipro, extend. And he grabs the blade in his mouth. Because right now... And he goes in for another kick. Right now. And we see Izuku behind Stain as well. Go, says Todoroki. My kick, my fist, is needed. Yo. And then they hit him from both sides. A cooled down kick and a fistful of fire. It's Class 1A's combo attack. Number 54 end. Man, that was a really, really good one. I love the way they had the fight structured between the three of them. That was really freaking cool. And now we got chapter 55, actually. The conclusion? Question mark. So, yeah, I really like that one. I really like how the fight was paced out. And you guys know Ida's one of my favorite characters, so I like seeing this story revolving around him. His flashback as well was really, really nice. I like that one. Trying to get this thing to go to the next freaking page. Okay. Still translator's note pages. Okay, here we are. Chapter 55, the conclusion, question mark. A few minutes earlier, Gran Torino's side. Not far from the battle against Stain, another battle unfolds. Oh, I've been waiting to see what's going on with the Nomus. Albeit it was just a low-temperature blast to show off. This has to be the first time anything's maintained its consciousness after taking a direct hit. And we see the long-limb Nomu kind of burnt a little on the skin surface by Endeavor. You ought to beware. This thing is... And then it makes a cry and... What in the hell? I see. So it's an absorb and release ability. Yeah, it shot flames out. But you take damage from it anyway. What an utterly worthless quirk. No, this is weird. You're wrong, Todoroki. This guy's holding multiple quirks. One of the quirks he was holding, if he can absorb and reflect an attack, that's like that one guy from Class 1B, right? Monoma, I think was his name? Or no, not Monoma, the guy on Monoma's team. Or was it Monoma himself that could absorb and reflect quirks? Because he did it to Katsuki and Eijiro. Either way, you guys know what I'm talking about. And then it jumps in at Endeavor, and its tongue splits into a bunch of different tentacles. Those two citizens, they're... Alright, ready, set... I see, says Endeavor. Yo, what in the hell? Hold on, I'm gonna have to process this a second. Ah, I see what happened. Endeavor deflected his attack, it seems, maybe? I'm not even sure if Endeavor did anything, but Gran Torino jumped at him from an angle and nailed him into the ground from behind. Oh, we finally get to know his quirk for sure. Quirk Jet. He can shoot air from the propulsion boosters at the bottom of his feet. However, he can only use the air that he breathes to propel himself, so using his quirk in quick succession rattles those old bones. Damn, I ended up splitting the road. My control's rusty, it's been so long. Well now, aren't you something, Mr. Golden Ager? Says Endeavor. I really like Gran Torino. Shouldn't there still be a bunch of heroes gathered over there? Says Endeavor. At least 2, maybe 3 minutes went by, and every one of them, just what a load of... I'm gonna restrain and deliver the big lug fast and then go assist, he says. Meh. Then he thinks, Shoto, there's been an incident. Follow me and I'll show you what a hero is. Stop looking at your phone. Look at me, Shoto. Where are you going, Shoto? And we saw when Todoroki ran away from him. The narrow lane by Eco Street, 4210. When you're done, if there are any heroes who've got their hands free, I'll be requesting backup. I mean, it's you. You'll be able to resolve whatever it is in no time, and my friend might be in trouble. Man, that's really cool. I mean, it's really cool how even though he hates his dad, he's working with him like that. Let me grab some water. Just leave that thing to my sidekicks, says Endeavor to Gran Torino. Right now go towards the address I'm about to tell you for me. As for assistance, I, Endeavor, alone will be sufficient. That bastard. He's also trying to hurry. And then we see Stain get riggedy wrecked. And of course Izuku went a little bit too hard and screwed up his elbow. Did my power output go a little over? But nothing's broken, I hope. And then Stain opens his eyes again. And looks like he takes another swing towards Ida. We will defeat you, but this time with you as the criminal. He was able to pin his movements. Now's the chance. Follow it through. And me as the hero. And he ends up being able to kick him in the side. Man, and he looks pretty messed up, and he took a fire blast to the face as well from Todoroki. And then it looks like Ida's engine's cut out again, and they all come crashing down onto the wall of ice. Stand up, says Todoroki. The bastard's still. Yo, and then he's just laying draped over the ice. With that, he must have gotten knocked out, I guess? Then let's go restrain him and hand him over. Is there anything to bind him with? If I encase him in ice, his body might crack the instant he comes to. Let's remove all of his weapons, just in case, says Izuku. I found something usable in an always trusty trash heap. Todoroki, I should pull him, says Ida. Your arm's in bad shape, dude. And Todoroki just has Stain tied up, just dragging him along. And we see the one hero that was knocked out carrying Izuku on his back. Translator's note, in Japan, there are specially designated trash collection points in various spots around town. Cords are often used to bind things like piles of old newspapers and cardboard. Ah, cool. I'm sorry. I'm a pro, yet I was just a burden on you, says the dude. No, in a one-on-one fight against the hero killer's quirk, I don't think there's anything you could have done. He's just too strong. Even 3-on-1, we only managed to just win by the skin of our teeth due to the errors he himself made, says Todoroki. Maybe he was in such a fret that he let the time it took for Midoriya to recover slip from his head. Lastly, setting aside Ida's recipro, he couldn't handle Midoriya's moves. What the hell are you doing over here, boy? And Mr. Gran Torino, I told you to sit down, didn't I? And he kicks Izuku's face. Gran Torino, well, I don't know what happened, but for the time being, I'm glad you're all right. Gran Torino, I'm so sorry. The narrow lane, is this it? Wait, whose? They say, and it's probably all the reinforcements coming too late. Hold on, just checking the recording. Looks all good. Yep. We received a command from Mr. Endeavor to come provide assistance, but kids, they've got awful wounds. Call an ambulance. Hey, is that the hero killer? And we just see a bunch of random heroes. That Endeavor isn't here, does that mean he's still in the middle of a fight back there? Says Todoroki. Ah, right, Nomu's brothers. Yeah, we came here because we don't have any guys with quirks among us that'd work against those villains. Both of you, says Ida. You both sustained wounds because of me. I'm truly sorry. I became so blind, I couldn't see anything. I'm sorry too, man, says Izuku. You were brooding so much, but I completely overlooked that, even though we're friends. Okay, what I'm predicting for the end of this, since it's called the conclusion, somebody's gonna swoop in like Shigaraki or something and save Stain, or maybe Black Mist is just gonna grab him and teleport him out of there. Then he thinks back to meeting Izuku, I think. Or Izuku telling him if there's anything wrong, let us know. Pull yourself together. You're the class president, says Todoroki. Right. Going by actual time elapsed, it was a short battle, only around 5 or 10 minutes long. But to us, the battle felt so extremely long. Duck! Yells, Gran Torino, sensing something. Huh? And we see the flying Nomu coming in. Yep, something had to happen. The villain, Mr. Endeavor, what are you? And he grabs Izuku. And everybody's reaction faces. I was not expecting Izuku to be the one to be grabbed. Midoriya! Well, wait, what? Damn, he's fast. This ain't good. If he gets taken up too far in the sky, my quirk won't be able to reach them anymore. And then, it seems like blood is dripping on the one chick hero's face. Did it flee after getting gouged? Wow, this is bad. Ah, and we see Stain still has what looks like a flip knife hidden in his wristband. And he licks the blood up off of the one chick hero's face. The phonies that have overrun society, and the criminals who so aimlessly sprinkle around their power. What the hell? And then the knife goes into the brain of the Nomu, and the ropes are cut. Those are the targets of my purge. So damn noisy. Has the moron come out yet? I'll dispose of him later. All of this is for the sake of a just world. That which saved Deku was an unshakable evil philosophy. Man. Wow. So pretty much his philosophy made him escape to save a good hero like Ida. Man. And because he hates powers being sprinkled around like what Shigaraki's group is doing. Holy, that was a good chapter. That was possibly the best chapter that I've read so far of this. I really freaking liked this. Man. I just, the ending was so badass. He escapes just to save Izuku. Stain is just such a good villain and such a good character overall. One of my favorite characters right now. Ida's one of my favorite characters too, though, and Ida had a really good chapter this chapter as well. So, lots of good things going on. Just while I'm flipping through these translators pages, trying to make sure my video stuff's still working. Alright, we got to the cover of chapter 56, the conclusion. No question marks. Sorry, just grabbing some water. Center color pages in honor of the climax of the Brouhaha and Hosu and the super popular release of Volume 5. Thou hast the stuff of heroes. Man, that's a really cool looking cover. With Stain and then Ida in the foreground. I really like that. Could it really be the man who saved Deku, spurred by a fearsomely warped creed, the phonies that have overrun society, and the criminals who so aimlessly sprinkle around their power? Those are the targets of my purge. All of this is for the sake of a just world. So I was wondering, first Nomu could regenerate, couldn't he? So this Nomu gets a knife to the brain and is donezo, so I guess that is maybe a weak point kind of deal? Or maybe the Nomus are just that different. Either way. Whoa there, buddy. What the fuck are you doing? Says Shigaraki, watching with some binoculars. Whoa there, buddy. What the fuck are you doing? How the hell did that Nomu get killed? And what are those little shits doing there? I can't even find the words, fucking goddamn. Why? Why won't it all just go as I want? Shigaraki as well, I love as a villain. He's a really good force of nature type of villain, where he is just chaotic. And even, I guess even more than a force of nature, he is just sort of the pure evil chaos type of force of nature villain, but he also has a little bit of character work going on himself. But I love the way Shigaraki is written, his dialogue at least. The translators did a really good job with his dialogue. He saved him, says this one hero. No, you idiot, he's his hostage. The bastard's killed people without hesitation. Just shut up now and assume your battle position, says the one chick hero who's pretty click. Why are you all just standing around, says Endeavor. He must have fled over there by now. Endeavor, sir. Are you all done or what? The operation got somewhat violent, I see. No matter. That man, is he really? Ugh, let go of me, says Izuku. Endeavor. The hero killer. Yo, we see, Gran Torino can sense it. Wait, Todoroki! And he's about to just attack regardless of whether Izuku's there or not. Another phony, he says, tearing the mask off. And he is noseless. Look at this man's face. It's freaky looking. What is up with his face, though, for real? He's got a messed up face. Another phony. The fake must be rectified. Someone must stain himself in his blood. Man. The intensity. The word hero must be restored. Man, he's just stomping forward. Come, just try it, you pretenders. What in the hell is up with them? The only one who's allowed to kill me is All Might. And they are all just like thrown back by just his presence, I guess. Maybe that's why his quirk sucked so much, that it had another level he could step it up to. He's lost consciousness, and Stain's just standing there, completely wide-eyed. Man, what a badass character. Huh, says Todoroki. I only heard tell afterward, but apparently That was when one or more of the hero killer's ribs perforated his lungs. It wasn't as though he'd licked up any of our blood, but even so, at that time, that place, it was without a doubt the hero killer alone who stood firm against the other side. Man. What in the hell? That was intense as fuck. And then we see the dead and captured Nomus. And Shigaraki cracks the binoculars. Let's go home. Are these results to your satisfaction, Shigaraki Tomura? Says Black Mist. Dumbass, that all depends on tomorrow. The next morning at Hosu General Hospital. Now that I can reflect more calmly, that was pretty impressive. Yeah, after being shown an end like that, I've come to think it's a miracle we're still alive. Man, Stain is powerful as fuck. And I kind of think, like what they said about his philosophy, he was the only one standing firmly against the villains there. Like, not caring a single bit about the fame or about being number one or anything like that, like Endeavor and the rest were. He was the one guy standing against villainy. Like, that was an intense as fuck end. Looking at my leg, I think if he'd wanted to kill me, he probably could have. Yep, no doubt about it, says Todoroki. He definitely let us live. Dude, you were faced with such intense bloodlust, and yet you still stood right back up to face him. Pretty kick-ass. Shit, I was supposed to come to your rescue, but ended up having to be rescued myself. My bad. No, says Ida. I'm not. Oh, so the Hurt Locker's already awake, says Torino coming in, and Manuel's there as well. Gran Torino, Mr. Manuel. I can't tell what that little thing at the bottom there is. Unbelievable. I want to grumble my heart out. Well, I see this to the side, this character. Hold on. Unbelievable. I want to grumble my heart out, but, well, sir, before that, you have a visitor. The chief of the Hosu Police Precinct, Mr. Tsurugamai Kenji. Tsurugamai? Chief Tsurugamai? Don't worry, you can remain seated. I know you had it quite rough. This dude looks like a legitimate dog. So is this a human with a quirk, or is this another animal with the quirk like the school president? This guy's face. I'm done. One of my new favorite characters now. So you're the ones who put a stop to the hero killer. You're UA kids, alright. And then Izuku and Todoroki's faces. The chief of police, what's he up to? Rough. Tsurugamai means facial expression. Also, given his name is Kenji, includes the character for dog. Say it with an... Okay, gotcha. Actually, regarding the hero killer, he sustained several burns, bone fractures, and other serious injuries, and is presently undergoing treatment for them. So he lived. His friggin' ribs punctured his lungs, he had all that shit going on, and he survived it all. Since the dawning of the phenomenon, the police have emphasized leadership and protocol, and made it a point not to wield the quirks of individuals as weapons. So then heroes rose up to fill that gap, becoming the profession of equal validity. Becoming a profession of equal validity. Got it. Of course, such individual weaponization is a force that can cause injury very easily. So the reason that the public can fully recognize such a prospect that normally would face due censure is because their forebears adhere strictly to rules and morals and the like. On the other paw, oh gosh, this guy. On the other paw, those who aren't qualified yet might harm others through the use of their quirks without the direction of their guardians or supervisors, even if their opponent were, say, the hero killer himself. This is nevertheless a top-caliber violation of the rules. You three pups, oh my god, you three pups and the pro-heroes, which is to say Endeavor, Manuel, Gran Torino, you six must all be handed down an adequately impartial punishment. Okay? Wait, hold on, sir. Todoroki speaks out. If Ida hadn't moved in on him, then Mr. Native would have gotten killed, and if Midoriya hadn't arrived, then both of them would have died. At that time, nobody had noticed the hero killer's appearance yet, sir. So are you saying we should have followed the rules and let everyone die? But what are... So if the end results turn out alright, you think we should just fudge the rules? Is that it? Saving people is what heroes do. It's their job, yells, Todoroki. Good grief. This is why they called you eggs. Your education at UA and from Endeavor is hatching well. You damn mutt. Stop, he has a point. Wait, listen to the rest of what he has to say. Well, that was my opinion as police. As for the rest of what I have to say, well, at the end of the day, punishment or what have you is only meted upon official disclosure. A public announcement would invite the praise and admiration of the people for you, but it would also necessitate punishment. However, if I were to fail to go public with the true dirt of this affair, then it could be concluded from the hero killer's burns that Endeavor was the man of merit who took him down, and back up that version of events. Fortunately, the number of witnesses was extremely limited. What I'm saying is that we can bury your violation like a bone in the yard. Oh my gosh. However, this means no one can ever know of your dogged decisions and fetching feats. So which will it be? Personally, I really don't want anybody barking at you, but for such a glorious misstep, especially since you youngsters still have a promising road ahead of you, at any rate, we need to take especially since you youngsters still have such a long road ahead of you. At any rate, we need to take responsibility for our negligence as supervisors, says Manuel. I'm so sorry, sir, says Ida, bowing down while Manuel chops his head. All right, you caused other people a heap of trouble, so if you understand, then never do it again. And the all three bow. Thank you, sir. Through the cheats of grown-ups, the calls of praise. Through the cheats of grown-ups, the calls of praise you should have received are no more. But at the very least, I, as a fellow human who keeps the peace, give you my thanks. So he is human. And so the back-alley brawl that I never saw coming just came to such an end, unnoticed by all. Please say that right out of the gate next time. However, by the same token, no one could know that day's consequences either, and that gnawed at all of us. Now that the crisis is over, what will these young men turn over in their minds? Alright. What is Suragamai? That freaking man. That is one of my new favorite characters. All the freaking dog puns. Alright. Let's move. We're on to our last one for this week. Chapter 57, right? 54, 55, 56, 57. Yep. Yeah, let's see what the last one for this week is. Hero Killer Stain, The Aftermath. That sounds like an actual really good place to end it. Going back in time a little, number 57, Hero Killer Stain, The Aftermath. We interrupt the bulletin in progress with live footage, sudden black smoke and the sounds of destruction rising from the scene. Could this be some sort of accident, or is it a villain insurgency? The details are not yet complete. And then we see the same reporter chick as usual. What's that over there? Can you get that on camera? Rubberneckers camping out way over here. And we see Shigaraki and Black Mist. They say they arrested the hero killer. Holy crap. For real? Who took him down? I'm relieved, but also kind of disappointed. Oh yeah, I get what you mean. Hero killer arrested. Riot in Hosu, the work of a sinister cabal. Around 8 yesterday, a large disturbance, large disturbance, 61 people were wounded. Damage to the town was extensive, high likelihood of increasing. Endeavor worthy of praise, once again, villain, All three villains lack address and family registration, and they're talking about the Nomus. Based on the appearance of these two men, footage of whom NHA television is fortuitously captured on film, some are suggesting they might be connected to the villain alliance that attacked UA High School last month. It was the biggest killing spree by a solo criminal since All Might's debut, and the name Hero Killer Stain has left its mark in history. We'll investigate and report back with details on his motives. We see Shigaraki flipping through a paper, and the monitor looks like it comes on. He's all over the news. and the Nomus are always only mentioned second. Ha ha ha. Once the sun rises, the world will have forgotten all about you, like they'd forget him now. In fact, we're the ones that are being treated like second bananas, says Shigaraki, balling up the newspaper. Then we see Best Jeanist. The incident that occurred last night in Hosu, West Tokyo. It must be on your mind. Ah, truly, it's on mine as well. People always turn their attention towards big flare-ups, but it's precisely during times like these that heroes must be cool and collected. On occasion, chaos comes down to mislead people and to try to coax out the cruelty and tyranny that slumbers at the root of them. And he's combing Bakugo's hair. So, we'll be running things as snugly as usual today. Now let's tighten up both mind and body using tight jeans. Sure, Best Jeanist, says all of his sidekicks, they're in like hero suits, but they also have jeans on. And freaking Bakugo has jeans on as well with his hero suit. And his hair poofs back out. Very funny. Ah, I got back a reply. So it was an SOS. So glad I reported it, says Hijiro. Yo, fourth kind's gonna knock us on our asses. Let's hurry up, says Tetsu. Wave up your hair with just one spray alone. Do it with the coil hairspray today, says, what was her name, Tsubame or something like that, in a commercial that, the one chick whose name I still forget and Yayurozu were with. Well, that was quick work, but this is just a demo, so it'll be broadcast as a commercial in about a month or so. Alright, girls, shall we go on patrol? They need all sorts of CG to put in there. And then they see the commercial on the TV. And now we're on TV, says the one girl. Heroes, we're heroes, says Yayurozu. I'm just happy you two are alright. Deku, Ida, you. When that message came in with only your address, my heart started thumping like crazy. Yeah, get some rest, okay? And let me hear more later, says, Uraraka. Oh, Uravity, I'ma start the basic training. Ah, right. Right, so let's talk more at school. Sorry I caught you at a bad time. Talk to you soon. Heart thumping. Is it love? Says, what is his name? Gunhead covering his face. He's one of my favorites too, the way he talks. No, sir. I mean, no, it's not. And then, phone calls with a girl. Too good. Her voice so close. And we see, Izuku freaking out. And then he opens the door. Oh hey, Ida, I just heard from Uraraka. Midoriya, he says. Ida, the results of his physical exam just came in. It seems my left hand will have residual complications, he said. Both of my arms got thrashed, but it appears the damage is particularly severe in my left arm. They told me my brachial plexus is impaired. Actually, all it amounts to is being hard to move my fingers and a little numbness. And there's even a chance it could heal through nerve grafting surgery. When I found the hero killer, I became incapable of rational thought. I should have contacted Mr. Manuel first. I hate that bastard, but what he said was the truth. Save him first, yup, that's why. Until I can become a true hero, I think I'll leave my left hand like this. Ah, if only I'd pressed him harder that time. No, just let that go, thinks Izuku. Ida, he already gets it. I'm the same as you, so apologizing now would be rude. And we see his hand still messed up from... I don't remember when he messed it up. Was it when he fought with, it was when he fought with Todoroki, right? With the scars of warning on his hand. Let's you and me become stronger together. Or it's on Izuku's right hand, that is. Oh, and then Todoroki looks over. I'm sorry. Huh? Why? Says Izuku. Now I feel like whenever I'm involved, people's hands go bad. Is this some curse? What are you talking about? I guess even Todoroki can crack a joke now and then. No, I'm not joking. It's like there's some hand crusher-like presence in me. Hand crusher-like presence? Oh my gosh. Poor Todoroki. I swear, that Midoriya Izuku. Thanks to him, they're cutting my pay and revoking my right to teach for half a year, says, Gran Torino. Well, I suppose after taking into account the extenuating circumstances, it's only natural. In any case, for the time being, the way his body moves on its own without thinking is your spitting image, Toshinori. Goodness, says All Might, I can't apologize enough. My teaching has been nothing but inadequate. Now that it's come to this, my right to teach hardly matters any more anyway, since I only ever bothered getting qualified to raise your sorry bupkis, in keeping with my promise with Shimura, your predecessor. Okay, so Shimura was before All Might. I'm so indebted to you for the time you took me under your wing. I am the man I am today thanks to your tutelage. And yet, despite that, you forgot all about me? No, I could never forget. It's rather that my mind must have unconsciously sealed away those memories. Look here, bub. Whatever. There's really one reason I'm calling you now. It's about what happened back there with the hero killer. The actual amount of time I was face to face with him couldn't have been more than a couple of minutes, but that was all it took to send a chill down my spine. To be able to make someone such as yourself shudder, says All Might. But he's under police custody now, so what is it? What overwhelmed me was probably his strong ideology, or rather the air of intimidation that comes from his obsessive fixation. Mind you, it ain't like I'm praising him, it's just that it's so similar in nature to the strong notion you yourself hold as the symbol of peace. Symbol of peace versus symbol of justice, I guess. Or symbol of equality, maybe? I don't know. To put it bluntly, it's all about charisma. If they go through with interrogating the son of a bitch, then the tenets of his ideology will find their way onto the net, TV, magazines, and soil every medium out there. In this day and age, for better or for worse, everything is pent up, repressed, and people influenced by that environment will appear from the woodworks without fail. So they'll keep popping up one by one, and just like with Stain, then heroes will that's where the villain alliance comes in. The connection hinted at by the current alliance has turned the perception of it from the pack of delinquents that after attacking Yue got hit back in return, to a broad acknowledgement that it was a group following his ideology. In other words, they set up the perfect receptacle. Each individual speck of evil is small, but gathering under one guiding will. That evil will swell dozens, hundreds of times over. So pretty much Shigaraki's group kind of just sort of used Stain to draw more attention to them, to get more people to them. This I'm going to have to zoom in on. Hang on. Because there is no way I'm reading that at all without zooming in. It's way too small. If he assumed this would happen from the beginning, then our enemy's ringleader is doing pretty well for himself. He's doing things so as to steadily remove all obstacles in his way and setting in motion a state of affairs in line with his own calculations. So you've got a really bad feeling about this. Yeah. The man who killed the possessor of One for All before you, my dear friend and your mentor Shimura, was the very same man who punched a hole in your guts. Wait, your mentor Shimura, the very same man who punched a hole in your guts. What? The man who killed the possessor of One for All before you, my dear friend and your mentor Shimura, the very same man who punched a hole in your guts, All for One has swung into action once again. That he could still be alive with that wound, it's a fact I don't want to believe. You should take the next opportunity you can to tell the boy who looks up to you as heroic and brave. Okay? Everything to do with you and One for All. 2 days after the Hosu incident, the hero killer's background was beginning to be divulged from all angles. Nowadays, guys who used to go, I'll go so far as break the law, have decreased, and they all just keep crying that they can't sell out their buddies. It's been a real pain in the ass. They all know how steep a crime it is to get caught developing or trading in support items and costumes without a license, and you can add to that the rumors that recently even the legit support companies have been doing black market deals with guys without any hero qualifications. Okay? I miss the old days before All Might. I was so young back then, and the whole country was bursting with barely restrained impulses and id, I guess. Wonder if it's time I just retire. Funny you should mention that. Now, this doesn't leave the room, you hear me? I've got a very interesting scheme that'll bring the cash rolling. I'm telling you this because I've thoroughly evaluated the equality of your little association's wares. Have you seen this video? This is the hottest video of the hero killer out there. Hero Killer Stain, real name Akaguro Chizume. All Might's debut having made a deep impression on him, he aimed to be a hero himself. He even worked his way up to a private hero course high school, but from what he saw of heroes during his brief stint in the educational system, he despaired of their fundamental decay and dropped out during the summer of his freshman year. Up until the end of his teen years, he called for the revival of heroics through street oratory and soapbox speeches, but subsequently came to understand that there is no power in mere words. And then we see an interview. Yes, I used to see him in front of the station all the time. So that bleep was the hero killer? How frightening. Over the following decade, he researched and disciplined himself in the training of the killing arts through self-study, all to achieve his duty. It was during this time that his parents passed. It is believed he was not the cause. He advocated the revival of heroics. Heroes must not desire rewards or compensation. It is a title that must be reserved for those who make the ultimate acts of self-sacrifice. The heroes of the modern world are merely fakes who pretend to be heroes. He would continue his purge, in doing so, forcing the world to realize that excerpt from a weekly magazine. Someone must stain himself in his blood. Right now, the videos keep getting uploaded and then deleted, but either way, both sides have taken notice, particularly of the last bit, the last moments, the guy's whole attitude, his mode of being is going to spread like a virus. And of course, it's the when he was at the end giving his speech. From truly heinous scoundrels with endless rap sheets to felons on the lam, most anybody who's named, including yours truly, of course. The agents of malice that used to be scattered and disconnected are getting drawn together by one locus of heat. They're beginning to move towards the organization he was said to be part of, the Villain Alliance. And we see this kind of cute chick with blood everywhere. Looks like she just killed somebody and ate the blood or something. This cool looking spiky dude. This dude with I don't even understand what's on his face. I don't even get that dude. Some bird face looking guy, lizard face looking maybe. Iguana man. Mustard gas, World War I soldier type theme villain it looks like. And of course at the very end, my boy Shigaraki Tomura. Okay, that was really, really freaking cool. Alright, so that is it for this week. All 4 chapters were 4 of the best I've read so far. Well, at least those last 3 were. This was good. This made me respect Stain as a character so much more. He is such a good villain. And it hypes up the Villain Alliance even more, because now they've sort of tricked people into being like, yo, you like Stain's ideology? Come join us. So, it's really going to bring the villains out of the woodwork. So, that's really, really cool. Either way, that's it for this week, and next week I will... Oh yeah, remember to comment down there if you want me to do that reaction and discussion for the trailer of Season 2 and all that. This is it for this video, so like if you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of, tell me what you thought of these 4 chapters, what you thought of my thoughts and reaction, everything for them. Subscribe for more Boku no Hero Academia and a ton more on the channel. I already said that. Follow on Twitter if you want. I'll try to keep you updated there on stuff for the channel. That is it. Thank you so much once again for watching. Also on Twitter, I'm counting down honorable mentions from stuff that isn't anime for my top 50 anime waifu video, and there will be my current, I think my current waifu from Boku no Hero Academia will be in that. So either way, follow on Twitter if you want, blah blah blah, whatever. And that's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.